What's good, everybody, and welcome into a very bleary-eyed episode of The Early Edge. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine. We're here every single day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And I say bleary-eyed because if you're a golf fan like I am and the rest of my crew is, the Open Championship started in the middle of the night, and you can't sleep when you know that it's on. It's impossible. The seventh major in the last 343 days. But this is depressing. There will now not be another major for 261 days. We were spoiled 6 majors in the last year because of the pandemic, but we will relish it. Hopefully you watched our golf-only episode. Hopefully you played all of our plays yesterday because I gave you out Louis Oosthuizen, didn't I? Guess where Louis Oosthuizen is right now? Right at the top of the leaderboard, just like I said he would be. So let's bring in the stars of the show. It always feels good when things happen like they're supposed to happen. Also coming off a big-time sweat with a ton of plays last night, it's one of those nights that we love to play. M Squared, good morning.
Good morning, Coach. Mentioning things happening how they're supposed to, that did not happen that way for me yesterday with the tennis plays. Was actually my worst betting day of the calendar year. So let's hopefully not have a negative 3-unit day at any point in the year remaining. So frustrating, but it happens. It's part of the risk of playing some of these smaller tournaments, but ready to go again today. Yeah,
and let's be honest. I mean, on these super slow days, we're trying to find plays, and you supplied us with. Believe me, nobody is shying away from your plays after one bad day. All right, Maestro, how did you feel about last night? I really thought the live show was good. We gave out a bunch of plays that we liked, and a lot of them cashed.
Yeah, I mean, Cam Johnson cashed. That was nice, but holding a Suns ticket. Covering that game for 47 plus minutes and then watching Chris Paul literally throw that ticket in the trash, the turnovers. I'll get back to more about him in a little bit.
Okay. Well, I'm one person on the show that's very happy because, as I said on the Early Edge live show yesterday, I had a money line ticket. And when they were down 9 in the fourth quarter, I wasn't feeling too good about it. But they came back and won. Everything was all good. And we had a really good time, which at the end of the day, we tell you all the time, education, entertainment. We had a lot of fun last night. It was very, very entertaining. All right, a light day in sports today, but we still got some plays that we have found for you. Let's jump in first, though, to the storylines that could affect the betting lines today or in the immediate future. M Squared, let's start with you.
All right, I got 2 of them today, Coach. We're quickly going to hit on NASCAR because it could have some impact on the way you bet head-to-head matchups going forward the rest of the season. Brad Keselowski out at Penske Racing. Austin Cindric from the Xfinity Series has also run a few Cup Series events this year. He will be taking his seat next year. Penske is a 3-car team with Logano and Ryan Blaney as well. Could be very interesting to see how that team dynamic plays out over the rest of the season. And then Matt DiBenedetto for Wood Brothers Racing. He is also out. Harrison Burton, up-and-coming driver from the Xfinity Series, will be taking his seat next year. Also going to be interesting to see how that team plays out and how aggressive they are for the rest of the season. And then in the NBA, we mentioned it yesterday, the MVP odds, potentially taking a shot on Giannis ahead of last night's game. We talked about on the show, if the Bucks won, the odds would flip. They have. Giannis is now the clear favorite. Chris Paul is all the way back down to plus 170 at the MVP odds. Very interesting. We mentioned it again yesterday. Can Giannis win the MVP even if the Bucks lose this series in 7 games? I think that it is absolutely possible after the performances he's putting on. So if you're not comfortable with the Bucks at plus 125 on the series line, still think you could consider an MVP play with Giannis.
And in terms of Chris Paul, 15 turnovers the last 3 games, the most in a 3-game stretch in the playoffs for about a decade. And Milwaukee changed up their defense after game 1 when Chris Paul was getting, wide open mid-range jumpers. And now Drew Holiday is in his face. It's, picking him up full court. Is it tiring him out? Is it affecting his decision-making? And some of those turnovers, he didn't want to take the shot, and then he got himself into positions, and then he just threw the ball away. So his legacy is on the line in these last 3 games. I truly believe it, especially in game 5. He has to come out, and it might sound like it. And yes, I have a ticket on the Suns to win the series.
I'll tell you this. Last night, when you're talking about Giannis, and I did because of the live show yesterday, and we discussed it. I did play. I got a plus 230 on the Bucks prior to the game last night for the series. By the way, and I think Jeff Van Gundy said it on the show, the recovery block on Ayton last night, I think was the greatest recovery block. Do you guys agree that I've ever seen? That was amazing.
I definitely agree. If you watch it in slow motion and just see the ground covering and like when he actually started to move on it, absolutely incredible. No human being should be able to get that.
And incredible to be able to do that and not foul.
Right.
Yeah, yes. And at the time of the game that it happened, it was crunch time. That bucket would have been huge for the Suns. Just amazing. He should win the MVP because of that play alone. I'm kidding, but not really. All right, a very nice young man sent me a tweet this morning. He said, Coach, everybody's winning these year-long subs. Yesterday I tried on the live show. How can I win? And I said, okay, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you 2 ways. All right? First of all, go to our promo contest at YouTube. Leave us a best bet. If one of our cappers goes at least 2-0 or we hit the Jeweler's Gym, you are eligible. Also, you can use the promo code EDGE, and you're going to get 30 days for free. All the cappers, all the analysis, everything, all the simulations. And then after that, you're playing with house money. So you can do either way, try to win, or use the 30 days for free. All right, today we have 4 different plays from SportsLine. We're going to start with the Gold Cup. Our guy, Martin Green, he has been terrific in soccer. We're going to start, and we normally don't like to give 2.5 goals in a game. But when it's this lopsided and the United States needs to make a statement, we're going to do it today. United States minus 2.5 goals, 9:30 Eastern kick over Martinique in our favorite city, M-squared, Kansas City. Oh, my God, Mitch Holtis. Martinique just lost 4-1 to Canada. USA only scored 1 goal against Haiti. They have something to prove. They will stomp tonight all over Martinique. Then we're going to go to the United States to win both halves, minus 127. What that means to new bettors out there, they've got to win both halves, at least 1-0, 2-1. Just win both halves to win that play. Then we're going to go over 2.5 goals in the Canada versus Haiti game. The over cashed last time in the Canada game, 3-0. We believe it will happen again tonight, 7:30 Eastern kick. That game also in Kansas City. Then a 4th play. There's just one game tonight in Major League Baseball. We would be remiss if we did not give that play out today. The Red Sox, they have been red hot. The Red Sox 6-0 this year against the Yankees. It's the only game on the board today. So let's play the Red Sox plus 110. And I like it. All right, those are the 4 plays from SportsLine. It's now time for my guys. So M-squared, you know the drill, son. Give it to me.
All right, let's go back to ATP Newport, and we're going back to the exact same play that lost for us yesterday. Alexander Bublik in straight sets, minus 105 here against Jason Jung. Big mismatch between these two, just the age gap alone. There is a head-to-head record of 2-0 for Jung out there, but those matches occurred over 3 years ago when Bublik was only 21 years old. Jung was in more of his prime at 28 to 29 years old. He's now 32 years old. This is the 4th match in 4 days for him on the grass. Bublik is much better on grass. He also got to take a break yesterday, which was unfortunate and frustrating for us. He easily won that match. He was very clearly the better player. He only was having to deal with a ridiculous serve from the guy that's 6'11", 260 pounds, which forces him to play on the baseline. He double faulted 3 times, still ended up with more aces in the match. He's not going to sit at the baseline in this one. He's going to play his normal game on grass. He won in straight sets, back-to-back rounds at Wimbledon. Much better matchup for him here. I do think that the knock on him is he will have that one match where he just kind of messes around and doesn't compete and ends up getting bounced from the tournament. But he is a legit threat to win major type tournaments. He had that yesterday. He escaped. He won. He did drop that second set. We didn't get the straight set win. We're going to get it today. Huge mismatch. Take it at minus 105.
All right. That is a 12:30 Eastern start, by the way. So it gets started in the next couple of hours. So make sure you get that play in. All right. The NFL is only about 6 to 7 weeks away. Can't wait. 17-game schedule. So that changes everything when you're talking about futures. We're going to be rolling some out over the course of the next several weeks. We're going to start today with the Maestro.
Thanks, Coach. And I'm going to go over 10.5 wins for the Cleveland Browns. You know, in 2019, they had huge expectations, but they also had Freddie Kitchens as their head coach, and it didn't go well. This time it's Kevin Stefanski with those big expectations, maybe not even quite as high as they were a couple of years ago. I think they're going to handle them well. They went 11-5 last year, and they still got a third place schedule because the division was so tough. The division is not as tough this year, I don't believe, because I believe the Steelers are on a downward trend. You look at what they did last year with that offensive line, all 5 starters returned. You look at the secondary, that was the biggest area of need. What did they do? Troy Hill, John Johnson from the Rams, first-round cornerback from Northwestern. You look at what they did up front to replace Vernon, Clowney opposite Garrett. I just love this team. I think 10.5. It was 10 earlier. You could have gotten 10 earlier. I know Prop Stars was on the Browns futures. I'm on the Browns over 10.5. They at least go 11-6.
Yeah, you know they've got star power too when they're showing the Browns players amidst all the celebrity sightings at UFC 264. That's when you know you've arrived. That's when you know you've arrived. By the way, Freddie Kitchens and head coach in the NFL are probably 2 things you're never going to hear put into the same sentence ever again. I'm just guessing. All right, we're up against it. Grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here is the recap. Now, M squared is never on a player 2 days in a row, and it doesn't cash. So this is as close to a lock as you're ever going to have, -105. Make sure you play Bublik in straight sets. Then our very first official future Browns over 10.5. And don't worry. Do not worry. We're going to have all kinds of previews. We're going to have all kinds of shows on specific teams and divisions. We're going to do all that in August. Trust us. But today, you better play that over 10.5 wins. It could continue to go up. You never know. Only -110 right now. Then 4 plays from SportsLine. We're going to go Red Sox over the Yankees +110. Then the United States in the Gold Cup, giving 2.5 goals. They've got to win by 3, -130. That's how big of a favorite they are. The juice is still 30 cents. Then the United States to win both halves, -127. And then Canada, Haiti, the first game tonight in Kansas City, 7:30 Eastern start. We're going to go over 2.5 goals in that game. And then the gym today, +315. We're going to wrap these 3 things up. Canada full-time, United States -2.5, and Bublik to win in straight sets. All right? You got it? All right. I know you do. And hopefully you all played those golf plays because they are looking sweet right now. I know it's only after 1 round. Oosthuizen, Spieth. And by the way, I buried the lead today. I am getting ready to, in the next 20 minutes, tape our newest MMA-only episode with the hottest handicapper in the world, Ian Parker. Last week, just in straight picks at SportsLine, 11-1. Here on the show, 4-1. Also hit our parlay. My man is killing it. UFC back at it this week, and we will be here for you. And we're going to drop that into your feed sometime later this afternoon, so turn on those notifications. That's all we can do for you. That's all we can do for you. You got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For M squared, for the maestro, for Greg, do not call me Gary, our producer. I am the coach. Remember, it doesn't matter if it's the lightest day of the year or the busiest. Always right here, your daily sports betting show of record. We like to call it the Early Edge. Good luck. Do you want best bets in your feed every single day? All you have to do is hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Early Edge.